For my second Beat Me Win Pack stream, I upped the ante to 10 packs per victory. But if I happened to win the game, then the next person in line had a chance to win your packs. So if I won 4 games in a row with this Sandaconda VMAX spread deck, then the 5th person in line had a chance to win 50 packs. I included the 2 best matches in full, and if you want to watch these videos get made live, I'm doing another one of these streams right now. This time around, each win is worth 15 packs, and the limit is capped at 75, so things could get absolutely crazy. So I could attach and retreat. That doesn't seem like a terrible idea. If I attach and retreat, but I could just go for a switch. I don't really want to lose my Telescopic Sight or my bosses, but I mean, 180. Yeah, I would have to use Telescopic Sight to win the game. I prized 3 Sandaconda V. I seriously prized 3 Sandaconda V. Are you kidding me right now? All right then. All right then. All right then. And yeah, Mrs. Teddy's, if you're playing Pikachu V-Union in Expanded, just make sure you have battle compressors and either Gladion or Peonia. Just that way, if you prize a piece of your V-Union, you actually have a chance to get it back. Okay, we're going for the Drizzile. Seriously? I was so ready just to use research. All right, so go for the Drizzile. Yes. Okay, so I could guarantee, I mean, I don't need the switch, so do I want to lose an Inteleon is the question. I didn't prize any Inteleon because I prized all my other dudes. I have to go for it. I have to get a Sandaconda VMAX this turn. Perfect, 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 perfect. Let's go for the VMAX. I have Telescopic Sight. Rhinov's having a bit of a tough time. Retreat. I have the Stone Energy up. This is a decent position to be in. Decent position to be in. And Crybuena, I'm kind of sad. I just restarted to play the game since 2010, 1 week before the new game announcement. Yeah, I made a mistake as well. When rotation hit back in September, I traded away all of my cards before Sword and Shield. And then they announced the new game and said that, 4 copies of each card can be transferred over. So now I'm trying to get back a lot of the cards I traded away at a much higher price than I sold them for in the game. Because, minor GX cards now have more value on PTCGO because everyone wants to get 4 copies and have 4 copies of every card before the transfer. So that was unfortunate. But the good news is that you get free decks in the new game, so that is a huge plus. So everyone starts off with free decks. We just don't know what they are. Okay, so if I limit my bench, I'll be fine. I think I need to Cheryl. Well, hang on. How much can they do? 20 damage more for each. But if they get their big dude up and running, they get a Melanie. I mean, they have 3 Melanie in the discard, though. So I think if I'm Marnie, I should be okay. So I already have an energy in the discard. I think I take a chance. I think I take a chance that they are not going to find their final Melanie, and I just go for it. And I have a Cheryl for next turn. That's awesome. So Level Ball for a Drizzile. Go get a Evolution Incense, I guess. because I'm definitely going to use Cheryl, and so I'll want to use a Drizzile for an Energy Search. I'm already down to bosses, of course. I think not benching the Sobble makes more sense, because I just think it makes more sense. And Mrs. Teddy's, just make sure you play Battle Compressor, Gladion, or Peonia. So Battle Compressor, you need 3 to 4 copies of Battle Compressor just to help get your V unions in the discard. And then a supporter that you want is either Gladion or Peonia in case you prize one of the pieces. If you prize two of the pieces, then that's bad. And Cup of Joe, we're all full at the moment, but depending how things go, I can open up some more slots. I just wanted to cap it at 5. So right now I'm facing off against Rhinov, and then up next is Spirit, and then Seba. So it just depends how things go. Currently, Equinox would be 6, and Cup of Joe, you would be number 7. Alright, so I do need to take a prize card. I very much need to take a prize card. And you're welcome, Mrs. Teddy's. I need to take a prize card. I need to get another Sandaconda V. That was dangerously close to me just losing the game. There's Cheryl, exactly what I needed. Okay. We got this. They don't have another Suicune. That's perfect. I can't take a knockout, actually. That's horrible. Okay, so I Drizzile for the Energy Search. I will not mess up my order of operations here. I will get it perfectly, correctly. I will Cheryl first, heal off all that damage, lose my stone energy. So if I'm doing 60 damage, I want to attach with that, quick shooting the active, and then I'll quick shooting the active next turn, and I'll take 2 prizes. And hopefully one of those prizes is exactly what I need. And yeah, Cup of Joe, that Cheryl, that's the whole thing about this deck, is Sandaconda does not do well unless Cheryl's in the deck. Any VMAX that can attack for 1 energy and do some meaningful damage, you just combo it with Cheryl and the Inteleons, and you're good to go. And the Real Sunny Games, I see you lurking there. Thank you for showing up. Right now, I'm doing the Beat Me Win packs, and there's 30 packs of Sword and Shield base set up for grabs. If I win this, then the next player has a chance to win 40. Okay, so as long as I don't heal this Suicune, I knock it out. If they have Cape of Toughness, that would be worst case scenario. And then where do I go from there? Because I would really like to GMAX Cyclone. And the Real Sunny Games, well, the games up to this point have been good. I'm undefeated with Sandaconda. But in this particular game, I prized 3 Sandaconda V, and I have yet to take a prize card. So things are less than ideal, but that Cheryl was absolutely clutch. They cannot take a one-shot on my Sandaconda VMAX, which is also very good. But only having 1 Sandaconda VMAX at your disposal is scary. Alright. Give me what I need. I have a very... Okay, that's the one I want. Perfect. So I don't need to Cheryl anymore, because I do have a backup. I just need to find an energy. I guess it's worth risking it to put the Sobble down, because if I put the Sobble down, that's an extra Drizzile at my disposal. I can get... Yeah, I think I have to put the Sobble down in case this Marnie is just like the worst Marnie in the history of Marnie. So at this point, And as I said, this Marnie was the worst Marnie in the history of Marnies. I didn't even get an energy. So at this point, I have to go get my shady dealings in Inteleon. Do I have an energy search? I do have an energy search. I'm good to go. I have a Cheryl in my hand. Not that that matters on this upcoming turn. So energy search and telescopic sight. Level ball for a Drizzile. Yeah, that makes the most sense, right? So this is not a great position to be in, I will admit that. While it may look like I'm doing well, this deck can be very shaky. And I just put that Sobble down, so that's useless. Sand Pulse. And if they don't evolve this guy, that would be very nice. I would appreciate that. And Energen, yeah, that's a good point. Teammates is a very good supporter as well, because it just lets you get 2 cards if somebody gets knocked out, but it's not great in a multi-prize deck. So that's, I mean, if you're playing a tag team deck, you don't really need teammates. If you're playing Mad Party, though, 100%. So that quick shooting is a bit scary. I guess they can just use Ride of the High King at this point. How much damage? Ride of the High King's totally doing enough damage. 30 more, so 30, 60, 90, 120, 150. Oh yeah, so Ride of the High King is fine. Boom. Okay, they didn't evolve it. I think I'm in a great position now because I'll have 320. The maximum number of dudes they can have. There's the Drizzile. So the maximum number of dudes they can have is actually pretty high, but if I knock out this Drizzile, then 100% I prevent them from doing anything. So let's do that, but then I would need another bosses. So 1, 2, I don't want to put that down, or maybe I do. We'll see. Alright, so do I have another bosses? I do not have another bosses. So then I think at this point it makes sense to Drizzile for like a research and then just hope that I can get 180. Or Drizzile for a Marnie, actually. So if I get Marnie, I mean, the strategy I'm going for is that I can do 180 damage. And if that doesn't work, then I'm in a world of pain. Like if I don't get energy off this Marnie, I lose. But I don't want to lose that bosses. But it's not like I can get the bosses anyway. So let's just simplify things and we'll just research. I'll evolve. Put this Sandaconda down. And hope that I get an energy. Okay, I did. And I got stone energy. Awesome. May as well save that. So the whole point of that line of play is that they need to attack with a 2-prizer or a 3-prizer. I don't have bosses anymore. If they have Fan of Waves, it's game over. It's game over for me if they have Fan of Waves. So this whole line of play relies on them just not being able to do 300 damage. They can do 250. They can do 290 with their another Inteleon. I wanted to knock out the Drizzile on their side of the field, but clearly that didn't happen. If I had a second bosses, that's what I would have done. I would have gone for that Drizzile to guarantee that, you know, they just couldn't get it like that. But now I'm in a position where I gotta use GMAX Cyclone. I don't have any more Drizzile at my disposal. There's only the one Shady Dealings in Inteleon. So it's a very, we're on a seesaw right now. Very, very shaky. Well, I guess we're on like a shaky bridge, like a suspension bridge. I mean, if they don't do any damage this turn, that would be wonderful. But stalling for another turn would actually be beneficial for them. Yeah, because if they stall for an extra turn, then they can just put more quick shooting damage on my Sandaconda. That's very smart. I see what you're doing, Rhinov. I think the safest play is switch into the Sandaconda V, attach the fighting energy, and then Marnie. Because to win the game, all I need to do is knock out this Sobble and knock out this Drizzile. So all I need to do is find an Inteleon. Oh man, this is... Trying to figure out the best way through this is very difficult because this Marnie, there's a lot riding on this Marnie, but with only 10 cards left in deck, I should be okay. And they got an Inteleon, so I will not be okay. So if you just have oh, you have 1 card left. Do not play any more cards right now because I'm going to Marnie. So do not play any more cards. If you get down to 3 cards in your hand, I win the game just off of Marnie. So you can only play 2 more. Good. You can only play 2 more cards. That is not what I wanted. All right, so they can do 250 damage. Minus 40, 210. Plus 40 from the Inteleons. That's 250. How risky am I feeling right now? How risky am I feeling? Because if I switch, but they have bosses, I lose. Because I would attach the energy to this one. I think I have to go for the play that gives me the best chance of winning, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I'm winning this one. The math could easily go against me. But let's Marnie. Hope for the best. There's only 30 packs at stake here. There's an Inteleon. If I hadn't had to ditch this Inteleon earlier in the game, I would win because I just twitch shooting the Sobble. But I had to ditch that Inteleon because, you know, that's how the game does it sometimes. All right, so I can put that one within range. I can put that within range. I can do the thing there. So I think I just put that there. These twitch shooting Inteleons really don't mean anything, to be honest. It's really, does Rhinov have it or does Rhinov not have it? So we go for a Sand Pulse. Look at that. 10 damage short on that guy too. So if I hadn't ditched that dang Inteleon earlier in the game, it would have been a victory, but they might be 10 damage short. They might be 10 damage short if they can't bump my stone energies. And Equinox, yeah, if they hadn't evolved that Drizzile, that would have also been a game-winning scenario for me if I hadn't ditched my Inteleon, and that is game. Because they're doing 110, they're 10 damage short. Well played. That was close. And let's finesse them with the quick shooting. So a very tight game. Rhinov, thank you for the good game. I'm sorry it didn't work out in your favor, but that was great. Very long game, very entertaining, and now there's 40 packs up for grabs. So good luck. I'm going with Sandaconda again. Potentially the final game, 50 packs at stake. I lost the coin flip, wonderful. Doesn't matter. This deck doesn't hate going second as long as you start Sandaconda, and that is not a Sandaconda. And will the Mulligans bail me out again? The Mulligans bailed me out last game. Uh-oh. We're facing off against Shadow Rider. This is not good. I think the only way I can win this is if they just have a very bad start. If they don't get any bench Pokemon, like if they just have a terrible turn 1. Okay. All right, Seba, good luck. If you have a semi-decent start, you will definitely win this one because I am about to Marnie a whole bunch of stuff to the bottom of my deck and just hope. And Dallas, yes, we've gotten up to 50 packs. The Sandaconda deck has just gone crazy today. And we've gotten all the way up to 50 packs against Seba. And even a semi-decent start will win in this game. Unless I get the best Marnie in the history of Marnie, this is going to be a very short game. And that is... wow. I said you needed a semi-decent start, Seb. I didn't say you needed a perfect start. Okay, I think I have to sacrifice the Sobble. But if I Marnie into my... oh, jeez. Okay. If I Marnie into all my dudes, then I can't use Keep Calling, but I want to use Keep Calling. So what's my deck looking like? So I have 3 Sobble. I have a whole bunch of things. I think it's worth it to attach to the active. Okay. The attach. Give me the best Marnie in the history of Marnie. That's not a lot to ask for. Okay, it's not horrible. I can get the energy back. This is actually really good. I can get the energy back with Training Court. Does it really matter which Sandaconda I go for? Maybe I should leave that one for later. Maybe? Because, I mean, they resist fighting by 30. So that's not a big deal. I need to save the Level Ball for Drizzile next turn. Okay, so things kind of went my way. I don't have 2 Sandaconda down, but I was able to use Keep Calling for the full effect. Okay. They do have the Articuno. That's a bit worrying, but getting the Path to the Peak down was great. And Mrs. Teddy's, yes, what I have for trade is all that's available. And Chernobog, hello, how are you doing today? I'm doing well. Sandaconda has gone on, I think, like a 5-game winning streak if you count the first game of the day. So Sandaconda's doing well, and we're about to give away 50 packs. I don't think I can win this game. Not with the start I just had. Okay, so the Evolution Incense, if they don't have a counter stadium, I think we're good. Because they're stuck in the active. They're probably going to have a supporter, though. Revolving that guy. I think a big brain play would be to use Shadow Mist, because then I can't attach my stone energy. Oh, and there's a research. And Merciless Whale, hello. Make sure you type train to be entered for that Raichu deck. Chernobog, you are free to plug your channel. I do not mind. I would do it myself if this game wasn't so intense. All right, here we go. There's a Marnie. That's a perfect top deck. I put the stone energy there. I level ball for a Drizzile. I go get a Telescopic Sight. Marnieing them. Hey, you're going to be streaming? Then I get to raid you. Awesome. Okay. I mean, they used the research, so the odds are that they do have... the odds are that they do have a supporter, so I just want the oh no, I also need an evolution. I mean, come on, what are the odds that I don't get... did I prize a bunch of level ball? Oh, jeez. Okay. If I go for research... this... alright, we're just in Marnie territory again, but I can't not get an attack off this turn. Even if it's a really weak attack, I have to get an attack off this turn. So I'll go for the VMAX. Again, we are in Marnie having to bail us out territory. I'll take a Drizzile. I'll take a Sandaconda. We got double Drizzile. We got an Evolution Incense. Okay, so I think I need... alright, so I Drizzile for Telescopic Sight. Yeah, Marnie, the clear MVP here. Telescopic Sight is what is going to win us this game. All right, and then if I go for Drizzile, do I get a Sandaconda? I mean, I definitely need a backup. So we quick ball for another Sandaconda. I do have another VMAX, so I can quick ball away this VMAX. I know that seems counterintuitive, but it's what I need to do. And I want that one because Wall of Sand, if they bump past to the peak, it might help it survive another turn. There's no point having that energy on the Sobble. I mean, I guess if I get up to Gmax, no, that's not gonna happen. All right, so I think I need to hold the Evolution Incense because I might need to use a Drizzile to get me something that I need. And that's beautiful. Telescopic Sight, great card for spread decks. Great card for spread decks. And Sandaconda, one of the benefits of Sandaconda and Colossal is that they're weak to grass and not psychic. I mean, fighting types that have a grass weakness instead of a psychic weakness have always been, a little bit better. They have Pumpkaboo to get rid of the stadium. Some of the versions do. I am personally against the Pumpkaboo just because if you start it, you don't play Scoop Up Net. Yeah, so this isn't great. I don't think they'll be able to take a knockout though. The downside is that Alcremie does do 360. So there's not really much I can do with Stone Energy. Unless I magically get 3 into play. But that is highly unlikely. Okay, this was not a great Marnie. So my Marnies are great, their Marnies are terrible. I guess I just switch. No, I can't switch into the back one, can I? What's my switch situation anyway? So I do have another switch left. I think they're not going to take a knockout. Losing the Marnie is kind of bad because they're going to have a big old hand. That would be after they take a knockout. I am trying to win this game. I do want to win this game. I also want to give away packs. It's a double-edged sword there. I guess yeah. Double-bladed sword, whatever the thing is. The handle of your sword is also a sword. There we go. There's a Stone Energy. That's not wonderful. Okay, I don't have Cheryl. I don't have a way to get Cheryl. I will not be using Cheryl at all this turn. I think it behooves me to just research. Because I can't guarantee that I get a VMAX. I have another VMAX. I don't have another VMAX though. Okay, so I'm just going to research. If I can find a path to the peak, wonderful. Okay. So let's put that down. Where does the damage make the most sense? That is the question. Definitely not on the active. The Alcremie is likely to attack at some point. So I think I should put the damage on the Alcremie. That Crobat is going to stay there forever. The Alcremie could evolve, but if I'm fast enough, I can knock out the Alcremie. The Alcremie is pretty much the only thing that's going to be able to do a one-shot knockout. So I think that is the right play. I think going after the Alcremie makes sense because they have that Crobat. The Alcremie is what can take a one-shot knockout. So if I can prevent them from getting an Alcremie VMAX, that is perfect. But of course, they just have the training cord. Okay. What are my options here? The problem with Sandaconda is that both of the secondary attacks on So the Sandaconda V, that's a 3 energy Sand Breath, that's a 3 energy Land Crush, that's a 3 energy GMAX Cyclone. You don't pay energy acceleration. So you're pretty much just relying on your 1 energy attacks. This would be a winnable matchup if Path to the Peak stuck. Path to the Peak did not stick. They're getting a whole bunch of energy into play. I have Cheryl, but I don't have anything else. So that research really did not go well for me. And I am actually in a terrible position, because if I can't get a Sandaconda VMAX, I would have to send up my Sandaconda V with the Stone Energy basically just to get knocked out. And then they can win the game with Galarian Articuno Snipe Attack. And they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 energy in play already. So I need to top deck something real good here. Professor Oak, if there was ever a time for you to show up, well, I guess technically now isn't the time because I don't want to lose all my energy. But Professor Oak, if there was ever a time for you to show up, I don't care that you be taking all of my good cards with you. But I would also really appreciate a Drizzile or an Inteleon or an Evolution Incense. There's a bunch of cards that can bail me out. I have 20 cards left in deck. There's a lot of juice in this deck. Just gotta give it the right squeeze. Come on, deck. Bail me out of this. How much energy? They have 0 energy in the discard. That is good. They're ditching another Marnie. That's interesting. They have Cresselia. That's fine. That doesn't really worry me. And of course they have a research. So realistically, it's going to show that Shadow Rider was the MVP, but Training Tort was the MVP for my opponent this game. Seba, yep, and there's the Alcremie. So I think that is game, because there's not much I can do. There isn't really a heavily damaged dude. I guess what I can do is go up with an Inteleon. There's no way they don't have bosses, right? They're down to bosses. Okay, there's Max Geist. I can't do a whole lot here. You're seeing why Shadow Rider is one of my favorites. Okay, so if I send up the Inteleon, I think that makes the most sense. I don't know. Oh, of course you show up right now. Alright, so they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 energy in play. I need 3 cards off this Inteleon, which I cannot do. So let's put the Stone Energy there. Inteleon. If I just known I was about to top deck that Inteleon. Alright, so I do have a Marnie. I do have an Evolution Incense. I don't have a Switch. That is horrible. So I should have checked my deck before I did all this. So the Drizzile doesn't do anything. Yeah, I guess it could get me Path to the Peak, but how is that going to help me? Alright, so let's Drizzile for a Path to the Peak. I do not want to get any of my dudes, because if I let that happen, they just win. So I prized level balls and switches and stuff that I actually need to win the game. I just naturally assumed that there was a switch left in the deck. That was a mistake. Alright, so Marnie, hopefully they just get nothing. That's not horrible. Okay. So let's quick shooting the... I don't want to quick shooting the Crobat. I want to quick shooting... Who do I want to quick shooting? Not that guy. Not that guy. I think The Articuno makes sense, but I can't telescopic sight it. 140, 180, 150, 90, 230, 10. I'd be sure. Oh, let's go for the active. I think I have an idea of what I should do here. And then I'll just pass. There is a way for me to win, but obviously the pendulum has swung in Seba's favor. Hopefully they're out of training court. I don't really have a way to get rid of their energy. Maybe they've overcommitted their energy and they can't put an extra one on their all creamy. You know, if I had just known that Inteleon was going to be there, this turn would have been so much better. There's Evolution Incense. That doesn't matter. They're probably just rearranging their deck because there was a lot of stuff that was on the bottom of their deck because of that Marnie. Or maybe I just gave them a research. So training court helped them win this game if they do win it, and evolving the El Creamy on the turn they evolved it, that was clutch. And there's just the Marnie. This is a nail biter, that's for sure. 2 very stressful games in a row. Okay. I don't have a Sandaconda VMAX, but I do have a quick shooting Inteleon. They had to use Marnie. They didn't use bosses. Man, this game is... This is why you play Pokemon cards, right? This is a very stressful game, very good game. This is why you play Pokemon cards. It can get really crazy. You really have to think. Like, we're really... No one's stalling. There's big damage. I'm in the same position I was last time, where if I top deck a card, things are great. If I don't, things are bad. I guess I could put this Sandaconda up front. I could use Land Crush, but that wouldn't do anything. I think at a certain point I have to take a risk. I didn't take a risk last turn. I think I have to take a risk this turn. I have to take a risk that I'm going to top deck what I need. I did not top deck what I need. Okay. So is there anything I can do? I can Stone Energy that guy. I can... Okay. So I'm doing 110 to the El Creamy. So let's quick shooting that guy. Quick shooting that guy. Boss is the El Creamy. I should probably thin an energy out of my deck just to help increase the odds of me getting something. I mean, Cheryl wouldn't really come in handy, obviously, but, you know, here we go. Stall Tactics 101. I can still win. I just need them to not do anything this turn. If they have an air balloon, they can retreat. If they have an energy, they can just take a knockout. And Seba, congratulations. You have won 50 packs of Sword and Shield base set with probably my favorite deck in Standard, Shadow Rider. Sandaconda tried. It ran out of juice. It prized too many good cards. Congratulations, Seba. Doing a hot 600 damage. You would have done 680, I think. Congratulations. The packs are yours.